Staying in California, how do you keep the country's most populated state safe from terror during a war when you have sanctuary policies in place? Perhaps a better question, how does an elected official keep their state safe during a war when they're everywhere but California promoting their book? While law enforcement is on high alert and reports warn of sleeper cells being activated on the home front, California Governor Gavin Newsom is busy claiming President Trump is illegally invoking emergency powers. Republican candidate Steve Hilton is the frontrunner in the 2026 race for California governor and is leading the primary field with 17% support. He joins us now. Steve, great to see you. So this is, we're always making fun of Gavin Newsom, but it's actually, we're in a very serious scenario right now when you have a state that you live in, you're trying to be the leader of, that's a sanctuary state where terrorists can find sanctuary and freedom from the authorities to carry out attacks.
Exactly, and they brag about it. They brag about how proud they are that they're fighting back against the forces of law enforcement. That's what they're doing. And you see it in relation to regular crime, and you see it in relation to terrorist crime. And it's just unbelievable. Everything they do is driven by the hatred of President Trump and opposition to anything that the Trump administration may want to achieve, including, as you just mentioned, in relation to oil production. I mean, wherever you look, their only mission seems to be to fight this administration, not caring at all about how that affects people in California, how people who are in California as a result of the combination of the open border policy under Biden and Harris and the sanctuary policy we've seen here since 2017, that combination presents an absolutely real national security threat. But they don't care because they just want to fight Trump.
I'm so happy you mentioned the oil problem in California. It's just remarkable what Gavin Newsom has done to that state. But what would you do in particular to keep Californians safe that's different from what has been happening, especially when it comes to these homegrown terror threats?
Well, the first thing that we'll do is to abandon the sanctuary state policy. Now, there's a sanctuary state law that was passed in 2017, SB 54, and that is already being challenged in the federal courts because it's obviously unconstitutional. It interferes with federal law enforcement. So that may well have been overturned by the time I take office. But regardless of that, operationally, I will make sure, along with my running mate for Attorney General, Michael Gates, that we cooperate fully with the federal government on all of these things, both on immigration enforcement, but of course on national security. They just don't take it seriously here. As you say, he's off running around the country on the first leg of what's his presidential campaign, obviously. The Attorney General in California, the top law enforcement official, he spends his entire time, this guy called Rob Bonta, a Democrat hack, suing President Trump. That's all he brags about, suing President Trump. When we're elected, and it's very important, I'm running with a team for office as governor, which has never been done before. I've put together a team in advance of the election. In California, these offices are elected independently, but I've actually put together a team, and the Attorney General candidate I'm running with, a very strong and well-qualified fighter for law and order and justice and sanity, is going to make a big difference when we are there together.
I want to get back to the energy point that you made. Gavin Newsom is claiming that President Trump is illegally invoking emergency powers when it comes to the restart of the Sable offshore core pipeline. Can you give us some more information about what that project is and why it's important for President Trump to step in?
It's incredibly important. This is an oil. There's been oil drilling off the coast of California for decades. Gavin Newsom, of course, their ridiculous war on fossil fuels. They don't want oil production in California, but they're totally happy to have it drilled in the Amazon rainforest, where we are now importing it from, or Iraq, where we're importing it from. But they just don't want California oil to be used in California. This discovery, in the same place we've had drilling for a long time, Sable Energy, the producers there, this is now the second biggest reserve of oil in America, rivaled only by the Permian Basin. It is a huge reserve of oil, both for us in California in terms of jobs and opportunity here, but for the whole country in terms of America's energy independence. They are blocking it. And so now the companies had to do all these workarounds and try and put a facility in federal waters because the state are blocking it. It's completely ridiculous. As governor, I will open up California oil and gas production so we can have reliable, affordable energy, bring gas prices down, and contribute to our energy independence across the country.
The idea that California has oil resources that rival the Permian Basin and they are being blocked by the Democrat majority in that state is absolutely crazy. Steve Hilton, we have to run, but we are excited to have you back for another update on how the race is going and to hear more about these policies that are destroying California. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Of course. See you soon.
Thanks.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.